You've started chasing your dream, but you don't really know how to get the word out. You've tried the if I build it, they will come approach, and it just doesn't seem to be working. So, what do you do next? That's our question today. Hi, I'm Paul Allen Clifford with TrinityDigitalMedia.com, and today I want to talk about advertising. Advertising is something that a lot of artists and entrepreneurs like myself kind of feel a little woozy about. We think, I don't know if I want to go for that. Well, just bear with me just a second because I have something that I want to say about the idea of advertising. The Ford Edsel, one of the largest disasters in automotive manufacturing history, should have been one of the largest successes. Why? Because at the time, they put more money behind advertising this new car than they had all the previous cars. So why did it fail? Well, as it turns out, despite what people thought, you can't make people buy something just by telling them about it. In fact, what I hear from people that know about such things is that all advertising does is it makes a successful product succeed faster or makes a product that's going to fail more quickly. So when you think about it, that makes perfect sense. You've seen the as seen on TV things, and they show up and they're touting how wonderful they are, and you look at it and you go, why would anyone ever buy that? And before you know it, the commercials disappeared. That's because no one did. Well, granted, there's always someone that will buy something, but not enough people to justify the cost of advertising. Likewise, you've probably seen something and thought, oh, that's perfect. Where has this been? I needed this several years ago. Well, it could be that it existed several years ago. You just didn't know about it. So in that case, advertising is actually doing you a favor. You needed this thing. You didn't know that it existed. Now you know that it exists and you're happy to buy it. So while the as seen on TV new latest greatest invention thing may or may not be for you, maybe this thing actually is for you. So let's stop and let's think about how we could get the word out for what we're doing. So first I want you to think of advertising as one, something that will show you if you have a successful product that just hasn't hit yet, and two, something that will potentially be an investment engine for you. So think of it this way. If I were to spend $1 in advertising and I get $1.25 back in revenue, if that's free and clear after my costs, that means that I just need to advertise more and I would get more revenue. You see how that works? So we just need to find the most efficient means to get the message out. So when you're first starting out, you don't have a lot of money. A Super Bowl commercial is out of the question. So what are some things that you can do? Well, you can do Google AdWords. Google AdWords are little advertisements that you can put on Google that will show up either in web searches when people go to Google and they search for a certain keyword, and we could talk about those at a future time, what keywords are, or on certain websites that already talk about those keywords. So for example, I do technology, so I could do an ad campaign centered around keywords that have something to do with church tech, church technology, etc. Do that on Google. And you might be thinking, Paul, that's thousands of dollars. No, it could be just a few cents actually for each click that someone does. So if that's the case, I can spend very little money and drive traffic to my website. Likewise, Facebook does something very similar. So on Facebook, I'm reading Gary Vaynerchuk's latest book right now, all about social media and getting the word out. And he's got a huge section on Facebook, and it's all stuff that I didn't know because I don't know everything. I don't even approach knowing everything. So as I'm reading this, I'm learning so much about these Facebook ads, which the most effective ads tend to be ads based on a picture. So what I could do is I can target my ads to language, demographics, etc., and have a picture that would appeal to the people that I'm looking for. And I can do that for very little money. Also, YouTube. So if I'm doing video, YouTube is a great place where I can send out ads, video ads that start before other people's videos, people that have similar audiences to what I want. So those are 3 platforms right off the bat that are not that expensive that you can start doing advertising with. You can also trade advertising. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about approaching someone who has a similar blog, a similar website to you, or an overlapping demographic? So if you were a wedding photographer, approaching a bridal shop and swapping advertising. So if someone came to your wedding photography site, they might need a bridal gown. So you could send people that way. So you would overlap, but you're not competitors. You're people that need to share the same people. So think about that as a possibility to trade advertising. So I don't want you to think of advertising as evil because it can't make people do things. You might think that it does. And on some level, it might be the case that if you were to lie or cheat on your advertising, you could get unnatural results. But if you're honest about what your product actually is and what it actually does, well, then you're only going to get the results you would get by going around to each and every person and telling them about it one by one. So in that way, this is a way for you to get the word out more quickly so that you can go out and change eternity. Until next time, I'm Paul Allen Clifford with TrinityDigitalMedia.com.